Hey there, kids! Looks like you remembered our new 7 p.m. start time. Tonight, it is Art of Conquest. We got a new surprise waiting for you tonight. So, sit back. Oh, wait. Nobody's here yet. Still not used to the new time. Huh. Well, too bad, because now we are just about ready to get started. But before we do, we have to do our favorite intro. Now let's get stinking!
Coming at you live from Stinkpot Studios, it's the Stinkpot Studios.
There we are. Perfect. Now we are ready to go. 7 p.m. Nook is taking the crown tonight, being our first person to join our live chat. Thank you, Nook, for being here. This is your probably favorite night of the week as we talk about Art of Conquest. So, just gonna talk about a few things before we really get into everything. Just want to remind everybody at the bottom here, you can see our new schedule scrolling by. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. I'm not going to repeat it because they'll be right there at the bottom for you guys to take a look at. So just a little note on that. Sunday's stream is not going to be live because I forgot about my trip to Indianapolis to see the Colts play the Jaguars in Sunday night or Sunday afternoon action. So Sunday's video will be pre-recorded, and I haven't decided what game I'm doing. It's definitely going to be on the PS4, and I meant to do that tonight, but I forgot to bring my PS4 camera over here, so we'll just have to get that another night. So Sundays will be pre-recorded, but it'll still be uploaded probably a few hours earlier than the normal start time, so look out for that. So one thing that happened in Tuesday's stream was we had a brand new record set. We had 11 subscribers join us for live during our Tuesday stream where we did Clash of Clans and Clash Royale in a new double feature same night. So congratulations to the community for lending me that support and getting 11 subscribers. I was really taken back when I saw how much we are, and we're getting so close now to 100 subscribers. So you know, get the word out, keep everybody going. You know, show us the vibe that we need to keep building this community because it's all about you. This community is all about you. So your feedback is the most important to me. So whatever you have to say, just say it as long as you're respectful. You know, I try to build this channel around you and your guys' interests. So, yeah, that's where we'll keep going with that. So, if there's stuff that you want to share, go ahead, put that in the live chat. Otherwise, if you're watching this on the replay, you can comment on this video. Just tell me something a little about yourself if you're interested in our community here. So yeah. That's pretty much my little spiel on the community. So tonight what we're going to be doing is we're going to take our very last look, for now anyways, into the crafting system. So one thing I've done is, you can see I've got a head start, and some of my heroes have 12 energy and counting. So I'll show you how I did that a little bit later if you're interested in that. I got Rufio at 11 and Virion at 12, and they can hold more than that. It's just they only get 1 energy every 2 hours, so that's that. So we're going to take an unprecedented look into the crafting system, and as mentioned last week, I've developed a spreadsheet. So I kind of tested it before we started the stream tonight, and it's going to be a little clunky to see because the font is pretty small, and for the window I'm working with here on the stream, I couldn't get the entire spreadsheet on the screen at the same time. So we'll kind of go through that, and based on you guys' feedback, we'll see how that goes. So just want to remind you that like I said, we're doing crafting and we have a special surprise planned. So do you have what it takes to survive in this awesome hour? Because I really hope you do. And if there's anybody out there, we have Todd Ross, your boy Xander. So Xander is from Clash Royale. Thank you. I think this is your first time in here, my friend, so I appreciate having you in here. And you're always sending those 2v2 requests out on Clash Royale, and I'm usually at work when those come through, so don't feel like we're ignoring you. It's just daytime is kind of my worst time because I kind of have to do the grown-up thing and have a real-life job during the week. So when I'm not streaming, I'm usually pretty busy. So Michael the Bicycle, second timer, welcome back, my friend. It's good to have you here on Art of Conquest night. Michael, you were one of our 11 subscribers on Tuesday, so thank you for helping us set that record. We've never had 11 new subscribers in one stream before, so thank you for help making that possible. So, Nook, what do you think about the crafting system? How far have you gotten into it? And there's Peaches as well. Don't want to forget Peaches, one of my most supportive supporters. So, thank you, Peaches, for being here. I know she can't talk a whole lot because she's probably watching me on the TV and it's hard for her to reply. So thanks for at least saying hello and let me know you're here. I appreciate that. So who hasn't played Art of Conquest? Who has played Art of Conquest? And where are you at with crafting? That's the goal that we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you're brand new to the game, sit tight because there is a lot that this game has to offer, and we're just going to show you a snippet of it tonight on the possibilities. It's an iOS and Android only game, as far as I know anyway, developed by Lilith Games, and they just made a big update a few weeks ago where they added a crafting to the game, so that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. So let's see. Haven't really looked into it. Nook, you are missing out, my friend. So we're going to show you what you can do to get on that. And but before we do, let's see. I want to show you a couple things. So last week I showed you my very first flawless creation, which was, I think I have it on somebody now. Let's see, where did it go? Yeah, right here with, nope. That was my second one. So this was my very first flawless creation. And how do you get a flawless creation? Well, whenever you craft an item, there's a chance that you'll get a flawless creation out of it. So when I go to my, oops, going too fast here. When I go to my crafting system, if I pick one of these and I hit craft, then normally it just spits out, like this one's a blue item, normally it'll just spit out that blue item, but there's a chance that it'll become an upgraded purple item, and that's what's called a flawless creation. So Peaches had a little run last week when she did it. She had a I think it was 3, maybe, no, it was 4 out of 5 flawless creations is what she had. So that was a real good lucky run that she had for her crafting, but I have not been that lucky, but I do have my fair share of flawless creations in here. So most of these legendaries that I have are flawless. Well, actually it'll say flawless creation. Let me get down to it. I must have them all geared up already. So let's go through them. Let's see, there's Rufio, and blah, 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 blah. So there's one flawless creation, the flawless Nightfire Shroud that I put on Gazul. And that is Necromancer only. And, oh, I don't have any more. What happened to all my flawless ones? I know I have more than... Oh, there's 2 of them there, right there. Flawless Nightfire Vestment. Maybe I transmuted them, or maybe they're just purple. That's probably what, yeah, there they are. There's one. Flawless Infantry Standard. So that one was a blue item, which I turned into purple. And there's another one. Flawless Herculean Claymore. That was also a blue I turned into purple. And, yeah, so there's a lot of those going around. Flawless, where are you at? Nope, not you. But anyway, you guys get the idea. I got probably about 5 or 6 flawlesses at this point. So, yes, good idea, Peaches. If you do happen to download this game, reach out to us or let us know in chat what server we're on, because the most important thing you have to remember when you join this game is, number 1, you have to pick the right server, and number 2, you have to pick the right color, because we are in the Skarn Kingdom, which is dark blue, and right now we control probably 90% of the server. Actually, we control 100% of the server. It's just some of the territories are uninhabited because we don't have enough people to go around. But all the player territories are all ours at the moment. So that's what's most important, because if you don't pick Skarn as your kingdom, you won't be able to get into our clan. So that is the most important thing you can do, and I'm not even sure if it's going to let you join Skarn, because it usually does not let you join the largest kingdom. So yeah, that's what Nook just said as well. But maybe that's just for migration. I don't know. Maybe brand new players are able to join Skarn. I don't really know how that works. So there we have that. And it let Bibic, so Bibic, yeah, so maybe it will for the new players. So if you are a new player to this game and you get into the Skarn Kingdom on Area 51, that's our server. Just think of aliens, we're Area 51. So if you're able to get in Skarn Area 51, let us know as a new player. So so let's go into some of the crafting info. I kind of worked on it when I shouldn't have worked on it today, but nonetheless, here it is for all your enjoyment pleasure. Let me put this to the side so I can see you guys at the same time and see the chat. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, I know that's horrible. Hold on. So it's going to be really small to see, I'm guessing. Let me know how it looks on your guys' end. Can you even see those rows that are colored? If not, I'll blow it up a little bit. The only problem with blowing it up is you won't be able to see all the columns. I am going to stay dwarf for the moment because what I wanted to do with dwarf originally was show you guys which is best for PvP, which is best for siege, and which was best for army cost. And I keep losing my army, so I won't do any PvP tonight. But I just want to get to that point where I can give you guys a good analysis of the dwarf race. So until that has been completed, I'm going to stay as a dwarf. And then once that's been completed, I'm going to move on to the Racken race. But for now, I am dwarf all the way. So can you guys see that spreadsheet really well, or do I need to blow it up? From my view, it looks kind of small, but I don't know how it looks on your end. That's for sure. But anywho, this is my spreadsheet here for Art of Conquest, and what I have done is I have cataloged all the crafting recipes that I have access to at this point. So the ones I don't have access to are obviously still locked. So yeah, that's that. So what I'm doing is I have at the top, I have each one categorized by item type. So we have bow there, and then we have the banners here, we have tomes here, cloaks. I didn't realize how many different item types there are. I just figured there was just, you know, like for armor, your chest piece, I thought it was just chest piece, but now I found out there's a robe, there's a cloak, and there's just one called armor. So there's lots of different categories: shield, staff, robe, armor, headpiece, which I thought was just going to be helmet, but nope, and then trinket and weapon. So that's what we're looking at. If you guys can't see this, just let me know, because otherwise there's no point in me trying to explain this if you can't see what I'm talking about here. So I also have them color-coded with the same colors of rarity in the game. So the lighter, the blue is going to be your rares, and then your purples are going to be your epics. The orangish, brownish color is going to be your legendaries, and then of course the pink is going to be the divine quality, which is the highest quality in game. So we'll have a look at that now. Let's start with the weapons, because that's the largest list. Now here you can see all the different items, from Titan Sight all the way down to Frentic Ion Cannon. And as far as the crafting items go, all the set items are going to be 3-piece sets. And you can see over here this RA locked. That is there because that's the alchemy stone cost. But since I don't have those recipes unlocked, I don't know how much alchemy stones it's going to cost, as well as the crafting requirements in order to make those items. So as I start unlocking the, more recipes, I'll be able to provide that data for you. So right now I just have that. So probably the most important column you guys are going to be interested in is the stats column. So forgot to set myself as do not disturb again. I keep forgetting that. Need to set it back up on a schedule. But anyway, so there's a lot of different stats that you can focus on, and it's basically you just have to ask yourself a couple questions. What do I want to focus on? What's my most important stat? And you know, which builds are going to cater the best to my chosen race or chosen heroes. So those are some of the questions we're going to try to answer tonight. And the builds that I'm going to discuss are basically just going to focus on the dwarf race builds. So let's have a look at that. So probably I'm not into the PvP. We obviously can't PvP because of the server that we're on. But when that server merge does happen, I might have to start rethinking these builds. But until then, what I'm going to focus on is longevity and how I can stay in this game the longest. So that's why I talked about my builds, because if we go back to the game for just a little bit, I have two of my heroes. Here's my first strategy with the game in regards to crafting and gears. So you notice that, you know, two of my heroes are well above the energy of the other heroes. And that's because, and especially in Rufio's case, Rufio is a gladiator class and he can hold two weapons. So if you know nothing about crafting, this is where I suggest you start, at the very least as the starting point, just to get your energy a lot higher. So Rufio has these two weapons here, and you can see they go against this set he has. This is a starting set you get if you progress through the game far enough, and it's quite easy to get this entire set, and I have this entire set, but now I've gone away from this set because this 3-piece set only gives me +8 to might, and then it also, if I get all 6 pieces, then I get heroic leap +1 just for Rufio. So that's why I have this on Rufio. But I kind of threw that out the window with my crafting logic and said, you know what, that's not as important as me getting a few more battles in or getting a few more sieges in. So with that in mind, I have put on two weapons that give energy limit +5. So whatever my hero limit is before, this is going to give me +5, and then this other weapon is also going to give me +5. So I wasn't sure if they stacked or not, but I tested it earlier and they do stack. So as far as I know, you know, there's items in the game where it'll say, look at the 6-piece set. It says limited Rufio does not stack. So if it does not stack the stat, it'll tell you. But in the case where it doesn't tell you if it does stack, I'm assuming it does stack, and I've tested that with at least this scenario, and it seems to stack. So stack, 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 anything you can. But there is quite a little variety of what you can actually stack in this game, so you're not going to be able to stack much. But that's why I'm saying you want to start with those heroes. Start with those energy swords. One's a dagger, one's a sword, but they're both the weapon class, and that's what makes it difficult for you to outfit your whole heroes with these energy weapons, because Avalon, she has to have a staff class item, and let's see, same for Vega. So paladins use weapons, so I have one on him, and I was able to get him the flawless status, but that does not affect the stat there. All the flawless status does for you is it increases those main stats of stamina and might. So I think it bumps it up by 1 or 2 for each of those. So basically, if you, like I said, if you know nothing about crafting, you want to start with these heroes and getting them as much energy as possible. So with that said, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start doing this tonight, is I want to focus, I don't really want to use Avril anymore because she doesn't have that weapon class. So I don't know if this is a good idea or if this is a bad idea, but I'm going to focus on getting only heroes for myself that can hold this weapon class. That way I can use all my heroes with these energy weapons, and they all can have between 12 and 15 energy. So that's the plan that I'm going to be going for. And Mike, he finally shows up. Dang, Mike, you are 20 minutes late tonight. What's going on? You had to do schoolwork? It's okay. I think I can forgive you for being late for the first time ever. Oh, forgot. Yeah, we start at 7 p.m. Central now, so good thing you remembered. Peaches, she didn't remember when we did the double feature. She didn't remember till the second hour, so you're not that bad. Oh, now Peaches is gonna kill me later, but anywho. So what we're talking about is maximizing the gear for your heroes in Art of Conquest, and we're talking about stacking energy as a first resort if you know nothing about crafting. So let's go back to my spreadsheet. And if anyone can tell me if my spreadsheet is too small, I'm going to try and get all the columns in here this time. But if you can't read it at all, if the font is too small, let me know and I will be happy to blow it right back up. So let's get all the columns in there. So there we go. I have this on Excel on my work laptop, and I imported it into numbers on my phone, but as you can see, it's not as large as I need it to be, so I'm fidgeting with my fingers trying to get it just perfect, but close enough. So if that is too small for you guys to read, just let me know, and we'll go through the rest of it. So like I said, basically what you need to decide for yourself is what build is important to you. For me, there's 3 main builds I'm going to focus on as the dwarf class, and the first one is going to be the energy build that we just talked about. So sadly, there's only 2 items as far as the crafting recipes I have. There's only 2 items that give that +5 to energy, and that's going to be the Herculean Claymore and the Lunar Dagger. They both give +5 to hero energy. They're both weapon class item types. One's a dagger, one's a sword, but they're still both weapons. So as long as your hero can take the weapon item type, they'll be able to hold these weapons. So the next one is, since I'm dwarf, probably my weakest thing that I have to deal with is running out of ammo. So my second build that I'm going to focus on is going to be, the ammo build that increases my ammo capacity. And right now there's 3 items that do that for me. 2 of them will increase my ammo capacity by 10%, and the third one will give me a +1 to ammo wagon. Now, the problem is those 2 purples, they don't stack. So one is and each of those is from 2 different sets. So one is from the Explorer set. Well, actually, they're both from the Explorer set. So this is my problem that I'm not able to understand with this game right now. And if you guys know the answer, maybe I'm just being ignorant, maybe I'm being foolish and just can't see what's right in front of me, but this is one thing I cannot figure out. So we have this Explorer cap right here, or the Explorer's Handy Spanner, whichever one, it doesn't matter. So if we scroll all the way to the right and look at its stats, just look at the purple rows here. These items are limited to the Mechanist hero types, so it's only Nor and Jock can wear these items. And you can see the ammo capacity is +10%. But the problem is they don't stack. So does that mean if I put them both on the same person they don't stack? Or if I have one on one hero and one or another hero, does it still not stack? So that's the question between stackable and unstackable I'm not sure of. I'm guessing it's just for one hero, so I can't put both of these items on one hero and get 20%. You know, I can only get 10% on each hero. Is that how you guys understand it? I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think about that. So, Grimm's is the third one, and he has Ammo Wagon +1, which is the extended magazine, and that's a pretty easy item to craft. So, and like we went over with the last time, you just want to, if you really want to get the best gear, you need to craft it until you get it to that flawless creation state, because that's will give you the best stat, the best possible stat for that item. So are you guys falling asleep, or are you just taking notes, or what? You guys are being awful quiet tonight. So that's the second build I went over. Is the first one was the energy build, the second was the ammo build, and then the third one is another no-brainer to me, the XP build. And right now there's only 3 items. One is highly hard to attain because it's the divine quality, which is the highest quality, the Scholar's Tome. That'll give you a whopping, all allied heroes get +10 battle XP. The other ones just give you battle XP 20%, and I think that's just for one hero. Yeah. Well, maybe not. And then allied heroes earn 10%. So that's only for Vega, Gan, and Rose is that middle one, which is a legendary item. But the other 2 should be able to be worn by any hero. So these are the 3 builds I was talking about: the energy build, the ammo build, and the XP build. And those are names I came up with. They're not game terms that, as far as the build names. I just named that on my own. So, let's see. Anyone here? So, that's crafting an in-depth look. I have taken catalog of everything in the game. So, all these items is everything in the game. So, let's go through an exercise now. If you want, we can create a build for you. So if there's a build you're wanting me to create for you, and you want to know what the best possible items you'll need, let me know what race you are, and let me know which stat is important to you, and we'll build you one right now on the fly. So let me go through all the possible stats right now. I'll go through all the ones that are unique. So we have crit chance +20, attack speed +30%, attack range +20%, and this one is interesting. Attacks have a chance to poison the enemy. That's the only item that I've seen that can poison the enemy. So if you're not the Lich race and you want to poison the enemy, that would be an option for you. So next up in the banner category, we have a lot, probably about 2 or 3 items where you have Bronze Army Cap +10, and then there's a lot of summoned unit abilities. So summoned units remain on the battlefield +5 seconds. Summoning abilities summon 10% more units. Allied units plunder 10% faster. That's very unique. That's the only one that does that. So allied units plunder 10% faster. I'm just going to go through all of these just to give you guys an idea of what's out there. Healing efficacy +20%, which basically makes you more efficient at healing. The tag ability, which allows you to focus fire on an enemy, group, or a hero. And just think of that like a laser targeting system. That's how that would work. Allied heroes earn +10% battle XP. There's another XP one. And evade chance +20%. That's another unique one that I haven't seen. We also have skeleton res success rate, initial ability cooldown timer reduction, damage versus summon units 200%. Res ability can be cast twice per battle. Damage dealt +20%. Ability cooldown reduced by 1 second. We'll just keep going. Allied units start battle with higher morale. Damage versus undead plus 30%. Gain the rally ability, which allows you to target an allied group and instantly bring up their morale. So that's a good one. But the problem is all these good ones, these really unique ones, are in the divine category. So that is going to make those really unattainable. But they have stats that are, you know, top of the line. So, you know, I think once you get to that level of divine quality, it's going to be worth it. So what don't you understand, Mike? What? Just let me know what's confusing, and I'll be happy to explain it to you. So, hero, crit chance, we already been over those. The tag ability, so yeah, now we're kind of getting some duplicates in. But if there's any stat out there that I mentioned that sounds appealing to you, let me know. Injury duration reduced by 15%. And hero-only attacks have a chance to stun. And then, let's see, damage mitigation 20%. Ammo capacity plus 10%. Attack speed plus 30%. So I think that's got a couple more here. And here are the trinkets. The trinkets are unlike any other item, and they have all different stats that you won't find on any other item. So you have trinkets are basically, oh, sorry, there's that word. Maybe I should play a drinking game, and every time I say that word, I have to drink. But I'm trying to keep it clean, so we won't do that. So, like I said, trinkets are going to be your ability items. So Fearsome Aura plus 1, Mana Barrier plus 1, Ammo Wagon plus 1, Summon Swordsman, and on down the line, with the top range one being attack range plus 20% at the highest levels. Okay, so now that I've turned your brain into mush on that, I'm going to switch back to the game and kind of explain it so Mike and some other people can have some perspective on what all that means in relation to this game here. So the reason we're talking about this is 3 weeks ago, sorry, 3 weeks ago they added the ability to craft in this game. Before that, all you could do was do these quests here, and these quests would give you the ability to get the rewards. Also, if you go to the map, I can't see them now because I've completed them all, but all around this map there was bosses, and they were all dragons. I think there's five or six dragons, and you had to go defeat those dragons. And when you defeated those dragons, you got these amazing rewards, and most of the rewards would come in the form of these set items here. So when you initially start the game, you will get these set items. These blue items here are the rewards that I got from the dragons. So basically before, there's that word. So before crafting was implemented into the game, this is all you could do as far as, you know, increasing the stats on your characters. So if I go to the details of my characters, there's his hit points, there's his attack damage, and his experience levels. But the abilities is also his special moves, as you would call it, that you get to do in the battle. But the stats up here, you have 4 basic stat pools you need to focus on, and that's Might, Magic, Stamina, and Command. Rufio, you can see down here, right above this 11 heart, it says he's a gladiator. So that's his class type, or I'm not sure what the official term is, but I'm going to call it class. So he's a gladiator class, which means the only stats that are probably most important to him is going to be Might as number 1, and the least important is going to be Magic, because he's not a magic user. So that's why you see Rufio has 21 Might, and Stamina, we talked about this earlier in respect to the energy pools. So this energy pool is that little heart in the bottom left, and he currently has 11 energy. So every time you go into battle, or every time you do a quest, or every time you do pretty much anything like that in the game, it's going to expend 1 energy for each quest or each battle and so on. So the goal is to use some of these gear items that give you more energy so you can do more in the game longer. Because energy only regenerates +1 every 2 hours. So you can easily get to a point where your heroes are out of energy and you can't fight anymore. So the only recourse at that point is to just wait and let your hero get some more. Or you can there's energy potions which allow you to restore your energy, but I like saving it because I have 568 energy potions and I want to get that sucker to 1,000 before I start using them. Nook is probably close to 1,000 already unless he's been using them, but I'm still saving mine. So that's pretty much, outside of gear, this is the only way you can get your energy back. So now that we explained that energy stat, so now you want to take a look at all these other stats because, excuse me, like I said, the gladiator class is going to have might as their most important stat, and that's going to attribute to how much damage they can do and generally how tanky they are in battle. So the higher that number, the better for the gladiator class. And so that's why I said you kind of want to pick and choose what stats are most important to you, because for me, you know, I want to have as much energy as I can, but if there's a PvPer out there, he probably ain't going to care so much as PvP because he wants to get all his offensive stats up or his defensive stats up, all his battle stats. He probably takes priority in that. But for me, you know, on this server where there is hardly any enemies to fight, energy seems to be like energy and XP is going to be my top 2 builds, because that's what's going to allow me to advance my army and my heroes the fastest while we're in this kind of peacetime setting. Oh, Nook's at 700. I cannot catch him. Wow. So do you understand it a little bit more, Mike? If you've ever played any game where you have to gear your troops, like World of Warcraft, or any MMO practically, where you have to gear your characters, this is pretty much the same thing. So it's not like Clash Royale where you just pick a card and go. So, yeah. So, does anybody have any questions about this spreadsheet here? I'm going to keep this updated as the weeks go on, so if you ever have any questions about, you know, some of the recipes, feel free to hit me up and I'll be sure to share the information that I have. So like I said, I have them all categorized according to I tried to categorize them in a way that would be, you know, organized the best, and I don't know if this current format where it's separated by item type is the best way to organize all this. I don't know, but it's what I came up with for now. So I also have it broken down by which heroes these items apply to. So if you like, these are all the set pieces here. So if you want to know which heroes they go on, I have it listed over here on the right. So yeah, lots of heroes out there. So, and another thing, I just started doing this, is these gear slots. What I'm going to start doing, this is basically just for me. So I'm going to start picking my build for each hero, and I'm going to list this out in my spreadsheet. So for Rufio, this is my energy build. That's why I have those 2 items in there. And I have to go through and figure out what other stats are going to be important to Rufio, and then I'll put my items in there, and that'll be kind of like my to-do list. So, so this way I'll have a at-moment's glance of all my heroes once I get them all put in here, and have all their gear kind of planned out, so that'll allow me to know what I need to work on when I'm playing in the game. So yeah, I'd like to get it to the point where I can actually make it like a gear builder and has functionality, and you can just drop the item on it and it'll tabulate the stats for you. But this is basically just a first pass at it. It'll get more and more advanced as I go on, but that's that. Well, I felt like I've talked a lot about this spreadsheet, but I hope it was good information for everybody. if you like seeing that kind of stuff, let me know. Or if you'd just rather me just play the game more and you're not so worried about the stats side of it, let me know that as well. Because in my real life job, I'm an analyst, so this is what I do. So I crunch data all day long and make sure everything's working. And efficiency is a big thing. So I want to make sure all my characters are decked out with the best gear and they're as efficient as possible, and they're doing their best ability to achieve my goals in the game. So that's kind of a nerdy approach to it, but if you're playing this game, you're kind of a nerd yourself. No offense. So the next thing I want to do, and I've been avoiding this all day. I've been cringing and wanting to do this, but I can't because I wanted to save it for the stream. Is I mentioned earlier when we first started talking about crafting that I wanted to get my heroes to the point where every hero that I was using in a particular rotation had this weapon slot. So there's one hero that I can get in the void right now that has a weapon slot. So we're going to go unlock that hero right now. And also, you know, we mentioned earlier that I've been saving my energy potions. Well, another thing that I have been saving are these XP cards. So I haven't done the math, but I'm guessing I have close to 5 million worth of XP cards sitting right there. So yeah, we're going to go get a new hero, and then we're going to power level that new hero with these XP cards and see what level we can get him up to on this stream. So hopefully that'll be fun for everybody, but I hope it is. So let's go to the Void Mirror, and let's get our new hero for the night. Who's it going to be? Anybody want to guess? And if you don't want to guess, tell me what 2 heroes or how many heroes you've unlocked in the Void. Tell me which heroes they are, and I want to see if they're the same heroes that I have access to. Because in the Meadow, which is the first area, you have access to 2 new heroes there, and those are the 2 new heroes I'm talking about now. Which ones do you have access to in your particular game? Because I think they're different for each player. And if you've never played this game before, you've never been to the Void before, this is a brand new area. If you, whatever kingdom you're in, like for Skarn Kingdom, that's my kingdom. Our capital right here, I hate how this scrolls sometimes. Skarn is our capital city. So you're going to find the Void in Skarn just below the Skarn Kingdom. And you can tap on it. And if you scroll in far enough, you can even see my little horsey icon is over right now, but there's a little blue mirror portal looking icon on the map. That's how you know there's the Void Mirror. Also, if you go to your quests, there'll be a quest called the Void Mirror, and you can just tap this little arrow to navigate straight to it, hit go, and it'll take you straight there. That's how I got here. So So Nook, you have Rufio and the Rakan, which is Mako, and your third one is Gan. Wow. So you got past stage 31? Because I think that's where we were both stuck last time, and I'm still stuck on stage 31. I don't think I've gotten to my 3rd hero yet. But we're going to go into the Void, and we're going to collect our rewards, and then we're going to get our hero. I haven't done perfect. Oh, see, yeah, whenever I used to play, what's that game? Angry Birds, I would not advance beyond a level unless I had 3 stars on it. So that's how the same approach I'm doing with this Void. I'm not advancing unless I have perfect. So there we have that. So we're going to go ahead, and we're in the first stage of the Void here called the Meadow. And basically I've cleared this whole area. So every day you get to come in here and clear as far as you've gone. So I've cleared the entire meadow, so it's going to let me go through the entire meadow, and it's going to collect all my rewards for me. I've already passed one tent and one hero, so we'll go back and take a look at those guys, just to show you. So let's go back. Right, like the wind, bullseye. Is that what echoes? I don't know. Stinkpot Show. So, this building and all the other buildings in the void, they seem to change. Right now, at this point in time, this building will allow my hero to recover energy. And then the first hero I come to is Avalon, which, as far as I know, everyone has Avalon as the first one. Unless you already have Avalon, I would guess. But that's I'm not going to say that word. So Avalon should be the first hero you come to, unless you already have him. If you already had Avalon and Avalon does show up, please let me know, because I'd be interested in knowing that. So we're going to go to the next hero, and there's another. Let me just hit proceed down here. Do. Makes it a lot easier. So at the end of the meadow is always going to be a shop. And you can see there's a new currency in the void called adamantium, which, if you don't know what adamantium is, if you have any fact checkers out there, I'm pretty sure adamantium is the same metal that they used to craft the metal that's in Wolverine from X-Men. I'm pretty sure that's adamantium, but fact check me if I'm wrong. But that's the only really relation I can use to that adamantium metal. That's the only other time I've heard it mentioned. So it's Rufio if you already have Avalon Peaches. Yeah, because I think Lucas had Avalon already, so he got. So maybe it's alternates between those two, or maybe there's more it alternates between. I'm not sure, but. So we have arrived at the hero that I'm going to get. And why do I want this hero? Because if I go to heroes, because you can see every hero that's in the game. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, well, crap. Doesn't let me see. But outside of the void, you can see all the heroes you have yet to unlock. So basically what oh, God. So, if you don't know why I cringe all the time, it's because I'm saying basically too much. I've said it like 5 times. So radio shows up. Rufio, I know what you mean. But anyway, this is what Nook was talking about, the Raccoon hero. And this is a little guy by the name of Mako. He's a raccoon ninja. And this is the hero I've chosen because he has the weapon slot, which will allow me to outfit him with +5 energy. And that's my first goal in gearing up my heroes, is get as many heroes as I can to have +5 to energy. You guys might be thinking, well, that's a crappy strategy, Stinkpot. You know, you're the only one I know doing that. That's pretty dumb. But that's how I want to play it. So you play your character how you want. So let's go through this dialogue here. This is the hero Mako. I'll be the first raccoon to travel around the world. Who are you? I'm Mako, the famous raccoon folk hero. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. What brings you here? They say the void is rich with adamantium. I'm here to collect my share. Will you join me? So now I come to the point where I have to pay this guy 300 adamantium to join my party. And adamantium is, like I said, the currency that you get while you complete void missions, and it's only available here in the void. So, yeah, good point, Mike. You are from the land of pandas, so I think you would know. But trash panda is slang for raccoon. So, deal. Let's get our new hero. There he is. Hey, Daredevil Mako. He is of the rogue class. He is level 1. And now we are going to use... Oh, let's see. Famous folk hero known for being ready to lend a helping hand. Confirm. I don't even know why this confirm button is here, because you can't go back at this point. So, yeah. So now I have heroes. And Mako looks like, where's he at? I don't have him. Maybe because I got him while I was in here. I don't know. He's gone. Let's proceed to the next dimension, and I'll get the rest of my loot, and I'll get out of here. So hopefully I get, and also when you go through this, you can have a chance of unlocking new recipes. So I hope I get a new recipe that I can add to my spreadsheet. But it doesn't look like it. I just got an epic item I just saw, and more XP cards, so that's going to be helpful. And this is where I've been stuck since the dawn of time. Void Stage 31. I haven't found a way to kill that in 15 seconds. So, Mike, that's a little bit of a correlation to Clash Royale. They just added those quests to the game. Well, that's what this is. This is a quest system where you have different challenges, just like Clash Royale. So what I'm trying to do is beat this in 15 seconds to get the perfect rating, because when you do that, you get an additional reward for doing it in 15 seconds. So that's why I am choosing not to advance beyond this point until I get both of those rewards. And this tent is also a energy tent, but I don't want to use that. So let's go ahead and pop out of the void. And I better have Mako in my list now. There he is. Whew. So he is level 1. Let's check him out. His power is currently 131. He has a weapon slot, a bow slot, headpiece, armor, trinket. And he starts with 2 might, 1 magic, 1 stamina, 1 command. His abilities are crack shot. The crack shot, what does that do for us? Mako's basic attacks have a 25% chance to shoot a devastating projectile that deals 55 damage to his target and damages nearby enemies. Might increases damage. So that is kind of like an advanced version of these dwarf guys I have. Let me show you these guys. My Sharpshooters. They kind of do the same thing. Attacks have at most a 3% chance to headshot, which deals 50 times damage. So I have 2 units of those type that has a chance to do incredible damage. So it's similar to, so he's kind of like a sniper, I guess. This hero is. So where we go? Yeah, here's all the heroes that I was talking about. You have access to them. You can see their class, so that helps you when you're kind of planning out your different gear. So what we're gonna do now? My super unit. Good question, Mike. So my super unit is called the Steam Bastion. It is only available, if you look here at super unit can only be used by the commander who trained it. And that's actually not what I wanted to show you. But basically, that damn word plagues me. So to answer your question, Mike, the only way you can get the super unit is your rank. I am a rank Duke, and you achieve the rank of Duke by being declared governor of one of the cities that your kingdom controls. So we are in the house, which a house is a clan. We are in the house Anonymous. And if I can remember where I live, that would be helpful, first off. So I am the Duke of Griffinhold. And if I go in here, oops, I don't want to do that. Let me just go there. Yeah, so I am basically the governor of Griffinhold, which automatically bestows upon me the rank of Duke. And only Dukes have the ability to get those super units. So the key thing behind those super units is it's probably the best unit in the game, and it only has a maximum of 3 energy. If it ever drops to 0 energy, it goes away and you have to create it again. And it is created in the siege building. My button is called Leviathan, and it takes him 24 hours to make one, and you can only have one of them. So I don't even know why it says Q05, because you can only have one at a time. You can't queue any more up, even when you do have one. There's no way for me to queue up another one. See, you can command at most 1 Steam Bastion, so I don't even know why there's a Q max of 5. But that's it. So yeah, you can only have one. and max of 3 energy. So you gotta be very particular when you use those. I always save them for when someone tries to duel me in PvP, and because I always want to have that guy available. So no, that's not. That's the only super unit for my race. Humans have angels, and that's pretty much as far as I know because I used to be human. So yeah. If you have a different race and you know your super unit, throw it out there, because I really don't know what the other super units are. So that's it. So let's go ahead and do our power leveling now for Mako. Does anybody, before we go, I am the dwarf race. So start throwing your numbers into chat. I have, let me do the math real quick, because like I said, I love crunching the numbers. So we will crunch these numbers real quick. Just bear with me, guys. So I'm going to add up how much XP I have. 1, 2. Okay. 50k times 27 plus 600 plus, that's 195. Just a moment, I'll be right back with you. Maybe I'm the only one that cares about this, I don't know, but it's fun. 2205. 2205. And that is going to be just about there. Maybe I didn't have as much XP as I thought I did. Or maybe let me do 135. 135. Yeah, that was right. 195. Am I boring now, guys? Sorry. Plus 195. Could have sworn I had way more XP than that. Someone hop on and use Peaches, did you use it? I thought I had close to 5 million. I'm nowhere near that. 2205 plus 2205 plus 150. Huh. Alright, so the grand total that I have in XP cards is well, basically, I'm only 5,000 away, so we'll just say 2.5 million. So I'm saving my XP so I can power level my heroes. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's what I've been wanting to do, so that's where we are. So there's the question. I have 2.5 million elixir. Mako is at level 1, so put in your numbers right now and guess what level you think I'll be able to get to with 2.5 million XP. Let's see who can get the closest. Just throw out a level, a number. If I had to guess, I would say it's going to be under 25, so I would not guess beyond 25. I don't know if there's a highest level. I don't honestly know. To give you perspective, my level 20 hero needs 260,000 XP to get to the next level. So Peaches says 23 is her guess. Any other guesses? 22? I'll take $1, Bob. So, alright, so let's get it started, because I don't really know how long it's going to take to go through all of these. And we'll just start these XPs. We'll start at the smallest denomination and work our way up. Use Mako. Ding 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 ding. Level 2. Killer Instinct. Ding 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 ding. Level 3. Level 4. And we're still on the 2000 cards. Level 5. We are power leveling Mako if you just joined us here on the Stinkpot Shack Show. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, be sure to do that at Stink Shack Show. We have a few new followers as well. So come on and join the fun. Level up, level 6. I'll try to go faster for you guys. And we're only on the smallest cards, and I'm already at level 7. Are you sure you guys are going to be right? Oh, the XP is going up slow now. Look at that. That's a big difference between 7 and 8. Let's see how many... oh, crap. Go back. See how many times it takes to level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times at 2,000 a pop to get to level 9 from 8. Your power is increased by your gear that you're wearing. They have each item, whether it be a weapon or armor or what, has a power rating, and that attributes to your overall power rating for your hero. And then you add your heroes up, then you add your entire army up, and I'm out of those cards, and that determines your army power. So there's, let me get through that. So if you're ever looking on my main screen, the top left number will be my army power, or my total power. And the bar's going up faster because I'm using the bigger XP cards now. So we're at level 11. Peaches said 23. We'll see if we get there. I don't think we're even going to get to 20, honestly, the way this is going.
Let me at him.
If it gets to 18, because that's, or actually 19, I'll be happy, because that's where my lowest heroes are. Oh my gosh! I'm just wasting it. I didn't realize that. The Mako has 77 energy, but now I am just wasting these XP cards because that energy number is not going up. So maybe that's one reason why you shouldn't save up all these XP cards, because I didn't know that energy level caps out. Let's see maybe if a different card. Yeah, it's stuck at 77. So I'm just wasting the energy you get.
Let me at him.
Or is it every level it goes up? Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm good. So every level, that's right. I'm stupid. So every level you get, the energy. So it's gonna be a long time before I run out of energy on Mako here. We're power leveling his level as well as his energy. So we're up to 89 energy. So Michael asked, can you make some hack videos? I am not a hacker, my friend. Sorry. And because I don't want to be kicked out of this game, I enjoy streaming for you guys, and if I get caught hacking, I would not be able to do this anymore. So, is that what you mean by hacking, Michael the Bicycle? This might be called hacking to some people. This is Art of Conquest, Adam the Gamer. And so if you look at my right down here, I think it's find my finger here. Yeah, right down there, that little ticker going across the bottom. We're here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and we do a different game each night. So tonight is our Thursdays is always going to be Art of Conquest night, if you're unfamiliar with my channel. So I think I'm going to get over 100 energy on this guy. So we're power leveling our new hero that we just acquired. And if you know nothing about this game has a little bit, is basically, oh, there's my favorite, my infamous word. So it's a PvP game, it's a RTS game, it's an MMO type game. So yeah, that's pretty much how to sum it up. If you know what Age of Empires is, you combine that with League of Legends, and that's basically what this game is. So that's from my perspective anyway. So we're almost done with our XP build here. Now we're in the really juicy dump, 27 to 50k. So here's where the level is really going to shoot up, because I get 50k a pop. So actually, it's going to be no problem getting to the level 20s when I'm using these big monster XP cards here. So now we are up to level 19. Now we're going to pass my two lowest heroes, and we're going to easily climb into the 20s. Level 20.
Let me at him.
Good question, Michael. A bicycle. I use a couple of different things. Are you talking on the computer, or are you talking iOS? What platform are you looking to make a thumbnail? Level 21. So you're not on the bullseye, Mike. It's going to be higher than 21.
Let me at him.
There's level 22. And even the Peaches, who is never wrong, is going to be wrong, I think. I don't know. Peaches might actually be... Peaches is going to be right on the money, because I only have one card left. It's 150k. Peaches won, because I am now level 23, and that's where we stayed, my friends.
Let me at him.
So on iOS or Android, I'm not sure about Android, but on iOS there's a app just called Superimpose, and that's how I make my thumbnails when I use that. What Superimpose does is basically you pick a background picture, and then you pick a foreground picture, and then you can mask out the foreground picture to kind of where it looks like it's on top of the background, and that's how I make my thumbnails on iOS. I live stream with OBS on Windows PC. So there we have it. Mako got up to level 23. Good job, Peaches. You nailed it right on the head. So I don't use iPhone recorder, Mike. I am streaming right now through my Windows PC with my phone hooked up to my Windows PC. That's how I am here. See? You get it over here. Yeah. See, I have a cord that splits from, oh, it's this cord down here, isn't it? So I have a cord that splits out from my lightning port, and it goes to an HDMI on one end, and then the other end is a charging cable, so I can keep my phone charged while I do this. And then the HDMI splitter goes into a capture card, and then the capture card is plugged into my PC. So if you need to know how to do that, how I learned is I had nobody to show me. I just hopped on YouTube and said, how do I stream with OBS? And there's all kinds of videos out there on how you can stream with OBS. There's a guy I recommend for all my videos type of that called Nick Nimmin. So he's a really good YouTuber, and he actually helps people grow their YouTube channel. So that's where I recommend you start. So right now I am just doing this out of my home, but eventually once I get some success built up, and once I get you lovely people to join my community, then we can see where we go from there. I really don't know where this channel is going to go from here. You got to be patient, you got to start small, and you definitely have to be persistent and have discipline, because you got to, when you say you're going to stream, you got to stream. So that's what I've learned so far. So I'll always try to be as professional as I can for you guys. But so that's what we have there. I've only been doing this a couple of months, so anybody can do this if you have the courage and conviction. So yeah. So back to the game anyway. We got Mako up to level 23, and now we get the fun part of picking his abilities. And look at that, Peaches. 137 energy. Wow. I need to save that for when we start sieging again, and I can just probably take a whole city by myself. So let's pick his abilities. So crack shot, we talked about that before. Basically, I have a 25%. Oh wow, I've already been well over an hour, so I'll try to hurry this up. 25% chance to deal 55 damage, and then I can also get Killer Instinct, which allows Mako to have a 2% increased critical hit chance, and critical hits deal triple damage. So if this guy is a sniper, he's a crossbow sniper. So crossbow mastery, he's an expert at projectile weapons. So those at the bottom, it says all allied crossbowmen, arbalesters, and desperados. So that stat is probably not going to be best for me because I am not the Rakan race. So I probably won't go into crossbow mastery until I become a Rakan, where I can take full advantage of that ability. So this one does Kona projectiles, dealing 47 damage to enemies in front of him. The Kona Doom. Eagle Eye, incredible eyesight, grants 1 bonus range and 3% attack speed to basic attacks. And the Shooting Star. See, this is the skills or abilities I try to stay away from. Any ability that costs 1 energy is a no-go in my book, because it already cost you 1 energy just to join the battle or just to do the battle, and now they're wanting you to spend another energy just to use this ability. So I say nay on any ability that costs me energy. I think that's a huge waste of energy. Energy is your most precious commodity, so don't waste it on abilities. That's my personal opinion. So I think I'm going to invest heavily in this crack shot because it has the highest percentage to do a good deal of damage. So we're going to upgrade, and how many points do I have? 22 points. So we'll upgrade this to level 5. And there we go. So now his power is up to 409, and now that's as high as I can go anyway, because the next one requires my hero to be level 30 before he can advance it again. So I can't upgrade that. What was this one again? That's critical hit chance. Crossbow mastery I don't want, and the last one I don't want. So it's either going to be Killer Instinct or Scatter Shot and Eagle Eye. So that one does. I don't really like that one. I like this one, maybe. I think Killer Instinct's going to be my next best one, because critical hit chance is just going to couple on top of crack shot. So let's do those two. Let's get this as high as it can go. Oh, I'm already out of ability points. So there we have it. We are going to start off with crack shot and Killer Instinct. Now let's go do a battle and see just how strong this guy is. I'm only going to put him in there all by himself because I really want to showcase this new hero, Mako. So Mike, you get energy every 2 hours. You get +1 to energy. It regenerates over time. You can also have, like I mentioned earlier in this stream, you can have items that give +5 to energy. So those are just a couple of ways how you can get energy. So let's go see Mako in action. And these are going to be level 7 troops I'm up against. My troops are level 8 and 9, I believe. So we're going to throw Mako out here. And he's using his first energy point. I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't come in here at all. Let's leave for a second because he has no gear on him. So let's go ahead and equip him with some stuff here. So go back to Mako and see he has no gear. So weapon. We're going to put this, do we have? Let's see what we got here. We got that, that. Just taking a quick inventory. I'm a little disappointed because I'm pretty sure I have that +5 to energy. Where's it at? Maybe I don't have it. No, it has the red in it. That's right. Do I have a blue background sword with red stripe going down the middle? That's going to be my energy sword. And it looks like I do not. Because I gave it to Rufio. That's what I did with it. Yeah. Okay. That solved that problem. I'll have to make him one. Let's go ahead and give him... Do I have a bow? Can I make a bow? Let's see if we can't make a bow. Adam Gamer, I feel like I'm pretty good at this game. But this game I've only been playing it a couple of months here. But crafting, I can definitely tell you I'm really good at crafting, and I'm really good at being efficient at this game. So by that respect, yes, I would say I am a good player. You'll have to ask some of Peaches. Peaches and I play this game as well as Nook in here. He plays this game as well, so they might have a different opinion, but I feel like I'm pretty good. So let's see what kind of bows I can craft. So we can have the moon bow. We have to unlock some. Let's go unlock some of these. I don't think I can craft any, but we'll go have a look real quick. So the Royal Archives is also in your Capital Kingdom area, and the Royal Archives is kind of like your crafting shop. It's where you can acquire crafting recipes you currently do not have. And the Void, which we showed earlier, that's another place you can get crafting recipes as well. And crafting recipes cost alchemy stones to acquire. And in case of the Royal Archive, you need honor to acquire these. So we're going to let's look at this bow. This is the moon bow. Critical hit chance +20. Or I can get, where's the other one at? Was there a rare one? There was 2 bows. Maybe it was legendary. Yeah, there it is. The Wood Spirit Longbow. 8,000 honor. And that does attack range +20. See if there's any in the divine category. There's, I don't have enough for that. That's the one that has a chance to poison enemies. So that's going to be my high-end bow that I'm going to be looking for this guy. But for right now, we're going to stick with this moon bow because I like that critical hit chance. So we'll go ahead and purchase that. And now we have the moon bow in our arsenal. And now I can go to home, go to my alchemy core, and I don't think I have the stuff to craft it. But we'll take a look at the recipe anyway. This is the moon bow, and crafting requirement is 1,000 alchemy stones, and you can see I only have 20, so we're not going to be able to make it. And you also need 22 might. So any hero can craft, and every time you craft it costs 1 energy. But I don't think I have any of the heroes at 22 might. There's 21 might, so I can easily get him up to 22. But so he'll probably have to be he'll definitely have to be the guy that makes it for me. So there's that. So I can't put a bow on Mako just yet unless I had a really crappy item in there. I can't remember. But let's do that. Yeah, I can't. So we'll pick the one that has the most might. We can probably just use this Radiant Edge for now. Yeah, I'm going to use this Legendary Broadsword +7. Put that sucker on there. Now his headpiece will give him this Legendary. That's command. I want might. But for now, it looks like that's going to have to be there.
Wow, for me?
So we're just going to put a hodgepodge on this guy for now. And we'll get to the rest later. I'll tweak him out or twink him out later, but I just want to have him something geared up. So do we have any might trinkets that we can put on him? Most of these are command. There's one, a promise ring. There's sanguine horn. There's one +3. I think that's the one we'll use. Equip that sucker.
Wow, for me? Thanks.
And we get to pick a second one. +2. So we'll go back to the top. Looks like I don't really need magic, I don't think. So I like stamina, because stamina, for every 5 stamina you have, you get an increase in the max amount of energy you can hold. So stamina is a good stat for energy, folks. So we'll go ahead and throw that on here, the Blossom of Purity. And that's pretty much all I can do for now for gear. So let's go back to our quest and take on that guy with Mako in Mako's first battle. So if you have endured this, wow, almost 90 minutes now. Pizza's probably yelling at me. So sorry we went over tonight, but there was a lot of information to get out. That crafting really took a while to go through, and I wanted to make sure you guys were well informed, because this is the last time we're going to be talking about crafting for a little while. Because if you want to know, if you basically want to know everything about crafting, this is the 3rd video I've done, so I'm going to put them all in a playlist when I publish this video, so you can watch them all back to back if you so desire. But we're going to move on to other aspects of the game next week, and we'll hint on crafting here and there. But if you guys have whatever your questions is, I'll entertain them at any time. So there's Mako, and we're going to put a shield in front of Mako. These troops are my gold troops. They're excellent force field protectors, and I also have some rocket guides in the back for DPS. But since Mike asked about it, I'm going to throw in my super unit, because the super unit doesn't cost space. So basically what you do here, Mike, is every hero you throw on the battlefield gives you the ability to throw 2 unit groups out. You can see in the bottom right it says 2/2. So 2 groups of units is all I can put on the battlefield. If I throw another hero out, then that number goes to 4. But, you know, for the sake of this being Mako's first battle, I'm only going to use Mako, and the super unit doesn't add to that, so that's why I'm allowed to have him out there. So we'll move him up. So basically, the super unit and these guys are going to tank for Mako, and Mako and these Rocketeer guys are just going to hang back here in the back, and they're just going to fire off their volleys of ammo here. So let's see this in action. Yes, this costs 1 energy. It costs my hero 1 energy to do this battle. But that's fine. You have to use energy to do any battle, because in order to do crafting, you have to do battles, because you can your quest rewards and battle rewards give you gear, and then you take that gear and transmute it into crafting items. So you kind of have to do battles if you want to do crafting. So while Mako cannot take any damage, look at that. But the good thing about these battles is you can retry and try it again. So he got tore up. Mako is definitely not a tank. So I'm going to have to put a tank in here to help him out. We'll send Rufio in. And maybe he can stay alive longer. So the abilities of each hero pop up in these bars at the bottom. And so you don't see any for Mako, because all of Mako's abilities are passive, meaning I don't have to activate them to enjoy their benefits. So Mako is going down again. He can't get any protection, so I'm going to use a special ability to try and kill off those troops before Mako dies. And there, I had my army overload, and it looks like he's still going to go down. Yeah, we'll have to retry it again. Mako is definitely not tanky, guys. Maybe I just need to have better gear. I'll put him behind the super unit this time, see if that keeps him alive. See how they like that. Oh, he just moved to the right. That sucks. So we'll redeploy. We'll get the super unit back in line, and we'll crush some of those enemies along the way. See if that helps. And my units are actually dying. So we're just going to do a full-fledged battle this time. I'm tired of retrying, so we're going to bring in everybody that I can, and we're just going to annihilate these guys. So here's my full-scale battle. Let's get Mako in there. Got to get him some XP. We'll put him toward the back so he can stay alive. And now we should have no problem defeating this army. We have abilities, so I'll use some of my abilities to freeze those guys in the middle. Avalon has the Ice Nova, which allows her to freeze that middle group just long enough. And then my Rufio guy has this jump leap ability, Heroic Leap, which he can just land and basically do a seismic slam on anybody. And my units are set up to anytime I kill a unit, I get a morale boost. So that's why you saw that gold flying morale boost. And here's where you can see these green tent icons mean they were injured, and the red skulls means they died. So I had one archer that went to the hospital, and I had one engineer that went to the hospital. So basically all my troops, I had only 4 troops that went to the hospital. So that was a good enough battle for me. And now everyone can collect all their XP. Mako got 4,200 XP, still has 136 energy. And there's my loot for the time. So that is it for Mako. I think we're fully fledged him in there. He is a trash panda. But the DPS, or the damage per second he does, is, I'm hoping, is going to be pretty awesome. So that's what we're doing that for. So my army power, if you hover over this top left icon, it'll show you how this 248k is broken down. So troop power is 56k, hero power is 4,000, garrison power, which is your wall, is 14k, building power 38k, and research power 135. So that's how they figure up that number. And you gain those numbers by coming to your city and increasing by researching these buildings. So I'm currently upgrading my level 24 engine, which once that's upgraded, then all these other buildings will be able to be upgraded. And every time you upgrade, that number goes up. Every time you go into your academy here, and you have these troop researches you can do, every time you research a troop, that number will make it go up as well. So if you're constantly, just like with your cards in Royale, the more you upgrade, the more powerful you become. And this is my hospital where my injured people went, so now I can put them in the hospital queue. And then here at the bottom right it says 24 minutes. That is how they will get healed. So that's how long it takes them to get healed. So if you guys would like, next week, if you are interested in this game, I can go through some of the basic functions on how to get started in this game and how to play this game in general, if you guys would like to see that next week, because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to play the game in general tonight, so maybe we'll just do that next week. So the best in the world has everything maxed, I would say, but the best in the world is the best in the world right now because they spent a lot of real life money to get to that point. That's the only way they're the best in the world right now. So I've only spent like $15 on this game because every 30 days you get this patron status, which allows you to get the free energy potions and free 100 Lanari every day. So I just get the patron status. It's only $5 a month. So that's how I've, this is my 3rd time I've subscribed. And the first month is only $1. So if you want to try patron status, it's only going to cost you $1 for that first time. So I encourage you to try that. And in addition to that, in the shop, every 24 hours you get a chest you can open for free stuff. So that's the gist of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the crafting system tonight. We went over the flawless creations. We went over my spreadsheet, and we went some detailed analysis into how to best gear your heroes. So I hope that spreadsheet had some value to you. And then we spent all our 2.495 million XP cards to get the hero Mako in the Void, and we super leveled him up to level 23. So, oh, I almost forgot. So, we are currently at 84 subscribers. We're getting close to that 100 subscribers. So when we get to that point, we're going to do something special. Don't know yet, but if you have ideas, let me know. But that's where you guys come in, because your presence is what inspires me to keep doing these videos. And as long as we're all having fun, then we'll just keep climbing our community, keep climbing those numbers, and just keep climbing that ladder to see what happens, because this is something I've never done before, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So I want to thank you all for the support that you've given me in these first 2 months, and I look forward to many more months together. But so yeah, let's get to that 100 subscriber mark. You can hit that bell to get notified every time I go live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. It's been fun tonight, guys. This is the Stinkpot Shack Show. We will see you Sunday for a pre-recorded video because I'll be out of town. And then next Tuesday, we're back here with a double feature on Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. This is Stinkpot signing off.